Hey, if you ever turned on the Seth freaking Rollins entrance music and get fired up like deep down in your guts, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Welcome back. Good morning. Good morning. It's Saturday morning. What's the 24th of May? Memorial Day weekend. Rooster here, obviously. It is my Saturday to work, though. Boo in the chat. It's fine. It's fine. I'm in charge. I don't give a shit. Oh, it's been a while. Welcome back to the internationally known, possibly, critically acclaimed, maybe a little bit, guaranteed to be 10 trillion% Diddy free. Y'all keeping track of this trial? Holy shit. All the beans are being spilled, boys. So this is My Life Now podcast. What episode number is this? Are we at 30 yet? I don't know. I'll find out. I will find out. Driving to work, it looks like it's going to rain. It's cloudy AF. Right now it's 7:40. Headed in. I want to get there early, inspect the cranes and all that stuff before the boys get to work. I know how many guys I'm supposed to have. I don't know who's coming in. You know what I'm saying? That kind of thing. So, I got what's the word I'm looking for? A comment. Was it on TikTok? I want to say it was. From a buddy of mine, Topic. Okay, he and I go way back in the content creation game. Like, way, way back. Y'all think I'm tall? I'm between 6'2" and 6'5", depending on what convenience store I'm leaving, officer. This man has to be 6'6" if he's a foot. Okay? Before I even, started streaming, full-time and took it seriously, he was one of the people I was watching. And I met him in real life a couple times, actually, but the first time was at my very first PAX convention in Boston, 2017, I think. I'm sure future me in post-production will find a picture that we have together in Boston 2017 maybe. It'll say on my phone. Shouts out to Topic for asking damn good questions regarding especially the last promo when I got a bit burgled. If you haven't watched it, pause, go watch it.
A few minutes later.
Oh, you're back? Okay, thanks for watching. Leave a comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. He asked a couple good questions. Did they ever catch the shiftless bastards what burgled me? That's not exactly the question he asked. I'm paraphrasing and making some shit up. Short answer, no, they didn't. Detectives did call me and let me know that the case was being put on hold. My case was being put on hold because essentially they got nothing. And me, because this is my stuff and I'm upset about it, I said, you're a detective. Go detect something. They didn't like my attitude. But the dude had a lisp. I'm like, bro, you're a detective in Aurora Police Department, and your answers to me are futha. Like, stop it. Anyway, they didn't get any hits, I guess. You know what I mean? On fingerprints, and they don't have any suspects. They were knocking on doors, so they say. Didn't find anything, and unless they find something on DNA, they probably won't have anything, which is a bummer. And apparently there's like a 6-month backlog on DNA because they go by priority of case. I'm like, okay, I understand that, but understand. And I gave them makes and models and serial numbers and all that stuff of all my firearms that were stolen. I was like, brother, these are out on the streets with 10,000 rounds total of ammunition of various types. Okay, 22, 9mm, a lot of 9mm, 357, 4570 government. That's the only government I trust. 300 blackout. Oh, I'm gonna miss that one. 300 blackout subsonic. Just a bunch of stuff. I'm like, I feel like this is a priority, and of course I'm biased because it's my stuff. Sir, we'll call you if we get anything. Okay, thanks. Click. So long answer, short answer. No, they found nothing. They found dick. Next question by my man Topic. Shouts out to my man Topic. Did the insurance give a little something? And the answer is yes. Not as much as I wanted. Again, future me in post, I have the dollar amount that Aurora PD came up with. It was somewhere around $12.5K. I do have renter's insurance, and they do cover $45,000 in stuff. That's their word, not mine. Stuff for incidentals if anything happens. However, and I find this out after filing a claim, that because they're firearms, there's an addendum in their jargon, their verbiage, that because it's firearms, the max they're allowed to give is $2,500. And I'm on the phone with the agent. I'm like, brother, one of those rifles is more than $2,500. Tis what it is, though. I got something, right? It's better than a whole lot of nothing. So there's that. He did try and put the safe that they stole, with all my guns in it, shiftless bastards, separately as like property. But according to his supervisors, according to his supervisors, this is what he's telling me. I got no choice but to believe it. It still counts as firearm accessories. I'm like, bro, but I had other stuff in that safe. My social security card was in that safe. You know what I'm saying? My apartment contract was in that safe. My suppressor paperwork, my stamp, everything was in that safe. Those aren't firearms. But whatever. Again, it's better than nothing. So, short answer, yes. Insurance did give a little. Not as much as I would have liked. But it's something, right? Gratitude's got to be up there. You know what I mean? It could have been nothing. It could have been a lot worse too. You know what I mean? All they took, and I know it sounds funny coming from me because I love my guns. All they took were my guns, and the safe, of course, and a change cup that I had. Everybody has a change cup, and my backup mag, and my camera that I normally make YouTube videos on. That I'm working on, by the way. I did find a C920 in my moving boxes, and I'm calibrating the bunker Mark III. I'm working on it still. So it could have been worse, and you got to get some gratitude in your attitude. I know. So I do, with that little bit of change they gave me, I did get a new safe, a heavier safe. My back still hurts. It was 350 pounds empty. So I had a buddy of mine help me get that shit in there. He and I both almost fucking died. He almost dropped it on me. That would have been fun. According to my contract, I'm not allowed to do like permanent stuff to the apartment, which I get, otherwise it'll void my security deposit or whatever. But I did ask management. I was like, hey, listen, I did get burgled on y'all's dime. Can I bolt this safe to the floor? And they agreed. So there's that. I did pick up, matter of fact, I made a list. I wanted to build my next AR. Considering they didn't steal any of the 223 or 5.56, which was stupid of them because there's some green tip in there, boys. Stupid. I wanted to build my next AR. I wanted to do a full-on Aero Precision build. So I made a list of parts and stuff that I wanted, and I would just parted it out and built it over time. And the list came up to about $1,100, which is not bad for for what I want exactly, top of the line Aero Precision build. It wasn't bad. So I go to the range a couple weeks ago, obviously, and I'm talking to the boys, just bullshitting around, and some random dude comes in selling exactly minus one or two things my AR build. He wanted $2,000 for it. His rationale was,
I just picked up a Daniel Defense, so I don't need this.
Fucking stupid, bro. Keep both. Shit. It's stupid. I don't know. So he wanted $2,000 for it. Fellas, if you ever went to an FFL, that especially cold, like you don't know them, they're not going to give you what the shit you think you deserve for your firearm. Long story short, they offered him $325, and that motherfucker took it. Before he even walked out the door, I looked at my guy, Chris, the manager. I was like, Chris, I'll give you $650 for that motherfucker right now. His wife was working that day. She inputted into the system, made a tag, boom, bill of sale. Let's fucking go. I do have a before picture of it. There was some peanut butter parts on it. I don't like peanut butter guns. Like the FDE and stuff. I'm not an FDE fan. Especially, I like the SCAR. SCARs are nice. But there's like 50 shades of FDE on that bitch, and I don't like it. So, other than that, I took that stuff off, donated to the cause, swapped out a trigger, and got the parts that I want. And today, actually, I'm gonna go over there and use their bench and their tools to install the last bits of it, and it's gonna be nice, boys. I still have the red nail polish that I filled in all the Aero, milled in parts in the upper receiver and the lower receiver, and it fucking pops, man. It looks dope as shit. So, it's starting to rain. So that's what I'm working on right now. I picked up a 12 gauge too, pretty cheap, brand new, to replace the Mossberg that was pilfered from me. It came with a heat shield and a pick rail on it, and a side saddle, for actually cheaper than I got my first Mossberg for. So I'm not going to do anything to it. I put some red grippy tape on it and named it Mittens. Got back my 1911 that I sold to the new kid. a couple years ago. I got that back from him. And in my moving boxes, I found 10-round Wilson Combat 45 mags. So I'm running that motherfucker. I do have a TSOS 2011 on layaway right now. It's nice. Double stack 1911. Runs like a dream. Turkish made, but manufactured in Tennessee, so America. Slowly rebuilding. And I'm only going with stuff that I know I'm going to shoot. Like I had, if you don't know, a few years ago, I went and gun buy crazy because guns are hated in New York and I fucking love them. So anything I ever wanted, I went and got it. You know what I mean? And at the time, it was no problem. Sold a bunch just to keep, you know, stuff that I shot that I actually used and not have safe queens. So, but I am going to work right now. But we're doing okay. We're doing all right. Work is starting to pick up. They did fire the other lead 2 days ago, which didn't come as a surprise to me because I can't say too much. I'm not sure how much I can say, but I was involved in that investigation of him. All I can say is that it was not due to his work performance. Let's put it like that. It was an HR-related issue. That's all I can say. They fired his ass on Thursday, and caught me by surprise that day because I was in an empty office doing my open enrollment call. You know what I mean? Benefits time, you know what I mean? We're switching from something to something else and whatever. And I need more stuff now because Beefy and I aren't together and we don't have insurance together. So I need stuff for myself. As soon as I walk out of this empty office, I see my two top leaders, like not storming out, but like walking really sternly out of the main office. And top of the food chain points at me and says, "Hey, just so you know, we're going to release this guy right now. We're going to let him go right now." So I put some pep in my step. I was, shit, let's go. I didn't know she didn't mean me. I didn't know she didn't mean I was involved. She's like, "But just so you know, you're going to lunch?" I said, "Yeah." She's like, "All right, after lunch, start telling the team. And if they have anything, any questions or concerns, come see me." Cool. Cool. So for the foreseeable future, it's going to be a long summer because I put my name in the hat. I want to learn all that stuff. Now I'm not just a lead, I'm the lead. So they're going to have to start to pay for the privilege. Okay? Pulling into the yard now. But that's what's been going on with me. Topic, thanks for reaching out, man. Thanks for sliding in them DMs. And like, I don't, Jason knows, I don't like to force content, and I never will. But you got guys like Jason and Aaron and XPie and Topic that will reach out to me. Sheldon, I call him Foreskin, that will reach out and be like, "Hey, what's going on with this, and this?" And instead of having a conversation in DMs, like, I'll just cut a promo, you know, and I appreciate that kind of thing. Buddies looking out for buddies, and it keeps me level-headed. You know what I mean? Like, living, you know, by myself now. Like I said, I'm good being by myself, but that loneliness is a bitch, man. But I'll be fine. I'll be okay, right? I don't have a choice. So I'm pulling up to the yard. Whose fucking car is that already? I'm here like an hour early. Pulling up to the yard, gonna have a bit of a day at work. I was instructed, so I'm in charge of ops today. I'm in charge of the warehouse today because no one else is here. It's me and a couple guys. And Brandon, another gun aficionado actually at the job, he's in charge of the office. So if we see that it's slow, like right now it's just about 8. If we see that it's slow, like super slow customer wise, by maybe 9:30, 10 o'clock, he and I will get together and we'll make the decision and shut it down. I might cut this together today because when I get home today, I'll be doing laundry because yeah, I don't want to. Like, I got the rest of the weekend off. I'm off on Monday for Memorial Day. I don't want to have to do laundry on my days off. So I'll probably do that when I get home and cut this bit together. Guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for checking in on me. I appreciate that kind of thing. I really do. If I don't answer the DMs, it's because I'm thinking of content. If you're giving me ideas in the DMs, and I appreciate all of you. I really do. Like, subscribe, comment, share. Please be kind, rewind, reduce, reuse, recycle. Don't be a dick on the internet. That was my own. I just made that one up. Until the next one, it's time for me to get to work. Rooster says, see ya.